Hello YouTubers, Alaska Prepper here. Hope you guys are having a good day today, and I hope that you guys had a great day off yesterday. Hope you enjoyed yourselves and spent some time with your families. I've gotten a lot of questions recently asking me how can we store medication that needs to be cooled in a grid down situation. So I spent a few days looking around trying to find the least expensive option. And the most popular question I get is about insulin. So I took a look and saw, or I looked up at what temperature insulin should be stored. And what I found, quote, do your own research, unquote. What I found is that insulin should be stored between 36 and 46 degrees Fahrenheit. So I found this little unit, and look at how small it is. See, there's my hand. This is how small it is. I found this little unit, and it's just a portable mini fridge that does not have a compressor. So it only uses about 40-45 watts of power, which is not that much. And it will not go below 32 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, the only con that I could find with this unit is that the temperature is not regulated. It will go up to 32 degrees Fahrenheit and no colder, or up to 75 degrees below the ambient temperature of where you place it. So for example, let's say that the ambient temperature here was 125 degrees. This will not cool any more than 50 degrees Fahrenheit. All right? But it says that it should not go below 32 degrees Fahrenheit no matter where you have it. So if you were to store some medication in here, like for example insulin, that is said to be stored at 36 to 46 degrees Fahrenheit, you would have to keep your eye on it to make sure that your insulin did not freeze. Okay? But this was the least expensive option that I could find that took the least amount of wattage. That way, if you are using a solar generator, that you wouldn't use too much wattage energy from your battery storage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show this to you, which is a very simple unit, and it is very small, but the intent is for people to be able to store any medications in here. Now, in the user's manual, they pointed out that if you are going to store medications in here, that you have to be careful because this does not keep a constant temperature. So you can't like set it to 40 degrees and let it go. However, this is an idea that I'm putting out for you guys. That way, maybe you guys can find something that's maybe a little more expensive. Or I personally think that this would work as long as you kept your eye on it. Okay? I really think this would work as long as you kept your eye on it because it won't go below 32. So let me go ahead and show you what it comes with and what it looks like. First of all, let's go ahead and open it. It's actually a very nice little unit. It doesn't weigh very much. It actually has a little handle. All right? The inside is pretty small. You can take this little grill off right here. And if you take this off, you can actually fit 6 12-ounce cans of soda in here if you want to do that. All right, so you also can do that if you like to. All right, and pretty much as you can see, I can almost put my whole hand in there, but not my entire hand. All right, and as you can see, this is about the length of my hand. All right, so it's a very small unit, and it makes sense that it's that energy efficient because it is a small unit. As you can see on the door, it's got a gasket that when you close it, closes in on this little seam right here, and it makes a pretty nice tight seal. And it does have a latch that closes when you tighten it. See that? Then when you want to open it, what you do is open that. Very simple unit. So far, I kind of like it. I didn't tell you the price point on this. I think this was $39.99. Right? There are units that are a lot more expensive that I'm sure you could regulate the temperature. It just depends on how much your budget will allow you to get, right? Like I said, I try to get the least expensive one to at least give you guys the idea for those of you that do have family members that need to store medications in a cool place. And this would be a great alternative to use during a grid down. One thing that I really like about it as well is that it allows you to use 2 power sources. You got a DC for your 12 volt, so you can plug this into like a car lighter, or if you have a solar generator, it has the option for you to put it into a car lighter that comes in your solar generator right here. So you can plug this in right here and then plug it into your solar generator or your car lighter. And it also has an AC that you can plug right into your wall. So it comes with a plug that you put into your AC and plug right into your wall. So I really like that it has that. It also has the ability to warm things, right? I didn't get this to warm things. I got it to keep things cool. But if you want to warm things, all you do is you press your button towards the red. And if you want to cool things, you press your button towards the green. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start a timer. I'm going to turn this on. And I'm going to go ahead and take the temperature inside, or I'll put a thermometer in there instead, and we'll come back every 2 hours. Right now it's about 4:30 in the afternoon. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this on, put my thermostat in there, come back in 2 hours and let you guys know where it's at. Now, one thing that would really allow you to get this up to temperature quickly is if you had like maybe a bag of ice or one of those little gel packs that get frozen in your refrigerator, in your freezer already, and throw it in there. But I'm going to start it with nothing in it. All right, so let me go ahead and plug it in. Let me get the thermostat so you guys can see. So here's my thermometer, and this is what it says. Let's see if I can focus it in. So if you can't read that right there, it's just under 80 degrees, which is pretty warm, really. So let's open this up. I still don't have this plugged in yet. We're going to go ahead and put it in there. Close the door, and then I'm going to go ahead and plug it in. And then we have to go in the back here, and we have to put it on cool. You see that the light turned green right there? And I could hear it turn on. I'm not sure if you can hear that. It's very, very quiet. Yeah, it's definitely running. It's very quiet. I like that. So it's 4:32 right now. I'm going to come back in a couple of hours and see where it's at. It's about 2 minutes till 6:32. So in 2 minutes, we'll be at 2 hours. And the reason I started 2 minutes early, ladies and gentlemen, is because I wanted to read you an email that I got from a gentleman a couple of days ago. And this person, I'm pretty certain, didn't know that I was going to read his email that he sent to me on this video. So I'm not going to mention his name, but I want to give credit where credit is due and say good job to this person because he did a great thing. And I want you guys to hear this. And he says, yesterday, a man in front of me at the checkout here in our store, in our convenience store or gas station, paid $2.40 for prepaid gas, using a dollar bill and a bunch of nickels and dimes. I thought he was buying some gas for his saw or fuel for his mower, but upon walking out of the store, I watched him putting the $2.40 in an older half-ton Ford gas tank. I shook my head and thought of your expensive cup of coffee, then walked up to him and asked him, while I was rubbing my thumb and forefinger together, "Are you traveling light?" With a sheepish nod, he said yes. I peeled off two $20 bills and handed them to him. His wife was in the truck with a little girl. And as I was walking away, the little girl said in a hushed voice, "Thank you." And then he says that tears are made for such as this, meaning that experience made him tear up. Because ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you what, when you do something like that for someone else, especially when you know that they really need it, it really makes you feel good. And that is just your prize. But think about how it makes them feel. How much it allows them to know that humanity is still within us. So in addition to that, I just wanted to say thank you to all of the people that went to my coffee account and donated yesterday. Between my live stream yesterday and today, Sunday afternoon, more than $1,100 has been deposited into my coffee account. So I haven't tallied it up completely, but we are well within $2,500 of donations that have been made to my coffee account that's going to go towards the Grindstone Ministries for our next charity. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for doing that. So now let's open this up. Let's take a look at the thermostat that's in there, and let's see how cold it got in the last 2 hours. And I can feel that it's nice and cool in there. Absolutely is. And let's see. I hope you guys can see this. Oh, let me wipe it. It is... Oh, come on. It's just above 30 degrees. There. You know what, ladies and gentlemen? Look at what I found. This is going to be a lot better. That little thermostat, it read about 33, 34 degrees, I'm guessing. But I just can't see it that well, and I'm sure you guys couldn't either. So I found this thing, and as you can see, it says 64 degrees on the outside. I'm sure you guys can see that. All right, so let's go ahead and open it up and see what it is inside. 33.4 degrees. So that is pretty impressive, to tell you the truth. 33.4 degrees still. Or 33.9, excuse me. 33.8. So it's staying pretty steady at 33.8, even with the door open. 33.9 again. So that's pretty impressive, ladies and gentlemen, for a little refrigerator that doesn't have a compressor and only runs on 45 watts. I think this thing is a winner. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Do your own research as far as what kind of medicines you may have that need to be refrigerated and at what temperatures they need to be refrigerated. Now, as you can see, this went down to just about freezing. So if you have medicines that have to be kept at a certain temperature, for example, like I told you, insulin needs to be kept between like 36 and 46 degrees Fahrenheit, it's something that you may want to check. Now, one of the things that I was thinking about, if I had insulin and I needed to keep it around 36, 40 degrees, let's say, I would just put it in a styrofoam packet right out of my fridge, where it was already to the temperature it needed to be, and then place it in the fridge, and place it in this little fridge. And that styrofoam packet should keep the inside of that at a pretty well regulated temperature. But again, you would have to probably check it every few hours or so just to make sure that it's maintaining the temperature that you need. It's better than nothing, ladies and gentlemen. It's better than nothing, especially if you live in an area where there's a lot of sun. When you go ahead and match something like this with a small solar generator and a 50 or 60 watt solar panel that can keep that solar generator powered up or charged up, you know, as you're using this, I think it'd be a great combination. So I just thought that I'd bring this to you guys to show you guys that it does work, because when I first saw this, I was like, how in the world is that going to work? It doesn't have a compressor, because a compressor is what keeps a large refrigerator, like your kitchen refrigerator or freezer, is what allows it to cool up in there. I don't know what the technology behind this is, but all I know is that it works. It's very quiet and it uses very little energy. So if you guys want to check this out, ladies and gentlemen, I will go ahead and put it in my Amazon storefront. Why? Because it works. And I'm pretty impressed with it, to tell you the truth. Only after 2 hours with absolutely nothing in it to help it cool down. It cooled down to 33.5 or 33.9 degrees. All right, so having said that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining in. I hope you guys have a great day today. Remember to be good to each other. When good people do good things happen. Remember to reach one, teach one, and repeat. If we all did this, the world would be a better place, and you know that it will be a better place. Many blessings to all of you and your families. This is Alaska Prepper, and I'm out.